Hiya guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you're a regular visitor. I've got a review here that I've been threatened to do, and apparently if I don't do it I'm in trouble. So I think I better get on with it. One of my subscribers, a guy called Vasily, he's been nagging to get this review, so I thought I'd do it for him today, and hopefully everyone else will enjoy it. I've also got this for it. This is the Big Ed set, which is it's a fairly simple set. It's only two sets of photo etch and a mask, so really shouldn't be too much in there, so I'll probably add that to the review as well. If I don't, you want to see it, then drop a line in the comments below. Before we start, if you like this, please give me a like. Just hit that like button. If you don't like it, hit the dislike twice and hit the like once. That makes it work really well. And also, if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And also note down in the comments below, I've put a link to my new Patreon channel. What I'm trying to do, I'm putting a lot of hours into this channel. I spend a lot of money on kits and everything, and as you know, the money that I get from the advertising I've put back in and bought a light and everything, but the money you get is very, very limited, and I don't work. So I thought, well, I'll give it a go. I'll do a Patreon channel. If people want to just donate £1 a month or something, then it's all going to a good cause for this channel. I'm not going to let off. The only time I will slow down is when the weather's good, which in England, as you know, it's not going to be for long at all. So yeah, if you want to make a small donation to the Patreon channel, it will be gratefully received. At the moment, as we stand here in May 2019, I'm trying to get some money up together to get a better camera to give you better videos and better close-up stuff and that, and in the end of the day we may go for the professional Phil Flory type with 2 cameras going, I don't know. So anyway, on with this review. This is the Meng 1/32 scale Me163. Now, I bought this kit when it was first released. If I see a kit that I like, I generally buy them as soon as they're released. When the molds are fresh, you're going to have no flash, everything's all crisp and nice and everything. I can tell you from experience with some older kits, as the molds start to wear out, edges start to soften. I've seen panel lines disappear. You know, you get a panel line go down the fuselage, stop, and then start again where the actual raised part of the tool is broken away or whatever, or been repaired. So yeah, when I see a kit that I really like, I get it straight away as soon as it comes out. So that's what I did with this one. So it's a few years old now. So just looking around the box, you can see there's nothing much to see really, but when you actually pull this sleeve off, you can see that we've got a proper actual model box, and you can see this 163 is out attacking a B17. Luckily, it looks like he's missed, so that's good. So basically, it's a 32nd scale model. It's part of their Quetzalcoatlus series 001. I don't think they've done another 32nd scale aircraft since this one, have they? It would have been nice to see them do that. What is it, the 410? It'd be nice to see that in 32nd scale. I think Suzuki Mirai are going to be bringing that one out, so keep an eye open for that one, because that would be a beautiful kit in 1/32 scale. So we've got a precise presentation of cockpit interiors. We've got 151 and 20 and Mark 108 weapon systems included. Complete rocket engine provided. Ammunition box and T-Stoff tank details included. Model fuselage breakdown refers to the structure of the rear aircraft. No cement needed to join the front and rear parts of the fuselage. A support frame provided to show interior details. So I'll show you that on the side of the box in a second. If you don't know anything about this aircraft, the Me163, go on YouTube, look at a couple of videos. It's quite fascinating for its time. It's quite fascinating even today. I find it absolutely astounding. The fuel they used was lethal. People died in it, and it's just an incredible story to read about, to watch. So go take a look on YouTube. There's some fantastic videos. So going around the box, we've got here, yes, your eyes aren't deceiving you, that is a British scheme. This is one that was captured and piloted by Eric Brown, who died recently. He's got a lot of videos on YouTube about him. That man is a complete and utter legend, an absolute legend. Look him up. And then we've got here some story about the aircraft and some kit info. You can stop and read that if you want to. And then going around the end of the box here, you can see we've got the usual pattern, and then we've got some schemes here. We've got here's a red one there, which is piloted by Major Wolfgang Spate. 13th of May 1944, and then yeah, 75 years ago, just a couple of days ago. And then we've got this one here, which was Brandis, early 1945, and you can see this one's got the wheel on it. The actual aircraft took off on this wheel and then landed on a skid. The wheel fell away. I think there was a story, I think I read a couple of them where they took off and the wheels bounced back up and hit the aircraft, so that wasn't very good. I've just thought I've actually got a set of decals for this as well, aftermarket, so I'll include those in this review as well. So let's have a look inside the box and see what we get. And as with all Meng, beautifully packaged. All the sprues are individually bagged. We've got multicolour, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sprues, 1 clear, so that's 7 sprues, and then we've got 2 sheets of photo etch, a lovely beautifully presented instruction manual. We've got some decals there, and notice we have got swastikas in there. Vinyl tyres, but actually they don't look too bad. And then we've got a couple of sheets of photo etch. So let's get all this unbagged and let's have a quick look through it. Okay, so we've got the manual here, looking lovely, beautifully presented as usual with Meng. And so let's have a look through. It's not A4 size, it's just a bit smaller than that, but it is a very nice size. So we've got all about the aircraft. This is in Japanese by the look of it. And then we're going over, or it's probably in Chinese actually, sorry, not Japanese. Meng's Chinese, aren't they? Not Japanese. And then we've got all in English here. And then it looks like we've got, maybe this is Japanese here. And then this looks like Russian. And then we've got some more information here, and these are the related people. Alexander Martin Lippisch, father of German Me163 rocket-powered interceptor. And there he is there, sprightly looking guy. And Wolfgang Spate died in 1997. He was a World War II Luftwaffe flying ace with 99 victories. And that's his aircraft there, the red one. So, yeah, very, very nice. And then we go into the normal sort of Meng thing with all our different, these are the tools we need. This is how to apply the decals. This is all about the different schemes you can have, so ABC, so you can choose going through the manual. And then we're straight into the build, and we're starting off with the cockpit, which is starting off by doing the belts here, which I'm assuming are going to be photo etch. And then we've got this this cloth pad there, so very nice that we've got photo etch belts to start with. I'll probably get some HGW actually. We'll see what the ones in the Edard set look like. I don't like those pre-printed Edard seat belts. They never sit right, and the paint normally peels off them anyway, so we'll see. So yeah, we've got the seat going together here with the belts going on, attaching the seat and the headrest to a bulkhead, and then adding these clear parts which should have given the pilot vision behind him. Then we've got the side panels here, so this is the port side and this is the starboard. They're calling it left and right. And then we've got the cockpit tub. So it's all looking fairly nicely detailed out of the box without adding any aftermarket. As far as accuracy goes, I do not know. May have a look when I build it, but we'll see. Then we've got an instrument panel here going together with all the different decals for all the instruments, which is lovely. But obviously, if we've got the decal, the instrument panel in the PE set, may not be using it. We'll see. Sometimes those Edard pre-painted instrument panels can be a little bit sort of lifeless and flat. Sometimes it's better to use the moulded plastic parts. Although looking at it, this is all photo etch anyway, so we shall see. So adding all the panels here to make up the sort of tub, very much like a 262. And then we're going to build the rocket engine, which is going to be fun. So we've got, this is obviously some sort of mounting panel here, and then we've got pipe work and wiring and everything going in. Lovely, looks like it's going to be a very detailed little engine, so really nice. And then we've got the rocket engine tailpipe assembly, which is going to stick out the back of the engine, so that's going to look lovely. And we're going to put the two together, so we're going to put the actual engine turbine into the rocket tailpipe. Then this is going to be the T-Stoff tank assembly, so pretty lethal stuff that was. and then we've obviously got these two bulkheads here. The tank's going to sit on that floor panel there. Then we're adding all this to the back of the cockpit tub. So basically the pilot was sat right in front of a tank of highly explosive chemical there. Apparently if you mix the two on the ground you get an explosion if they touched each other. As I say, look at those YouTube videos, you'll see all about it. And then we've got the fuselage assembly here. So it's telling us to paint this in here. These are Viejo colours, by the way, that are calling up here, so you can do your cross-referencing. I'm not sure. Let me go to the back. That's where the colour call-outs normally are. Yeah, they've only got it in Viejo, so you have to do your cross-references. But the RLM colours are available in all the different manufacturers' paints anyway. If I do a build of this online, I'll do the paint conversions for you and I'll show you what I've done. Perhaps go and get yourself one of these and build along with me if you want to. Let me know. It's apparently it's a fiddly little kit to build, but being men, I can imagine the fit is probably quite good. So I don't know. Maybe if you really fancy building one of these, then let me know and we could perhaps do it together if it's a bit fiddly. So yeah, there we go. We got all those parts there being painted. We got photo etch brackets going in there. And then some little bits and pieces going into the wing root there by the look of it. And yeah, I'm not sure if that's like a filler to go in there or if it's going to sit sort of, it sits inboard of the wing by the look of it. And then we've got the, this is the skid assembly. It's going to go onto the wheels. So we've got this little latch there that holds onto it and then obviously lets go and the wheels fall off. So we've got the wheels and tyres there to make up. Skid retraction and extension assembly. So obviously the skid comes out when it wants to land. Didn't realise that. So that's good. There's a little mechanism. It looks like it may even be working. So looks like maybe you can have it working. Interesting. Then we've got the this is going to be machine gun belts here with the individual bullets. That's a nice touch. That's going to look really good. Paint the bullets up nicely. Paint this up nicely. Put it all in and then give it a wash just to make it pop. That'll look really, really good. Oh look, and they're sat right on top of the T-Stuff tank. Oh my god, so you're sat in front of bullets on top of a highly explosive chemical. Yeah, nice. Then we've got the fuselage sides going in together, so we're going to put the fuselage halves around the T-Stuff tank and then add those wheels and the skid and everything underneath. And then adding the nose. This is going to be the upper part of the instrument panel by the look of it, or some kind of sight. I'm not sure what that is. And then got like a sump panel going on there. Some detail painting going on here. Little mask going on there. I'd leave that off for now. And you've got two options to use A9 or A10 for this little propeller thing on the front. So I'm not sure what the difference is there. They both look the same here at the moment. So we've got our cannon assembly here. So there's our Mark 108 going on there for the versions A and C. And then we've got a MiG, an MG15120 for left and right for option B. And option B was the red one, wasn't it? Yeah, so the red one has the machine guns and the other two have the cannons. So that's pretty cool. So we've got those going into the wing root there. And then you've got a panel that's separate so you can look inside and see the guns should you want to leave them off. And then we've got these air brakes here going on. I'm assuming they're air brakes. I'm assuming that's the upper surface of the wing. So you can have those in the, yes it is air, it says air brake there, Nigel, well done. So we've got the another antenna type thing going on there. Leave that off until you're done. And that's with it closed. So that's a PE panel, which is a nice touch. So that's going to look really authentic. You might want to have that open and maybe see if there's supposed to be some detail in there. There may be some in the Edard set. And then going on leading edge slats are separate. And then doing the same on the port wing there. And then putting it all together. We've got the canopy going on. This is one that's been talked about a lot. You've got a canopy frame and the canopy glazing going together. And unfortunately, the actual join is the seam line between the two parts. So I think Alicat do an upgrade for it where it comes as a one-piece resin moulding in clear. Because getting that join in there without making a mess of it is going to be quite difficult. But I think I've got an idea for that. We'll see. It's It's telling you here how to fold up this photo etch. These are for the latches that go on the covers that go on the sides there. I'm assuming you can leave those off and have them exposed if you want to. There's another one of those little brackets. These little brackets are everywhere. And then, yeah, here you can have it open. So you've got those latches there. You can have them in the open position or have them closed. And then you can have the canopy open as well. It looks like that would have a wire on it or something to stop the canopy from falling right open. Then we've got a tail wheel assembly here. And you can have it in the extended position or in the retracted position. So we make that choice up now. I'm assuming if it's on the ground it will be in the extended position. So, and you've got all these different types here. So you've got AB retracted, AB extended, and then you've got different, so one's shrouded and one's not basically. And then you're building up the tail assembly here with the internal panels. That's a nice touch. So you're going to get the proper interior detail, and then you're adding in the rear of the wing root fairing there. And then we're finally going to put the two together with no cement, so clips together. And then if you want to, you could display the aircraft on a stand and have the tail sat up on a box there, which they include in the kit. And then there's your sprue call-outs at the back. I don't know why Meng put them on the back, everyone else puts them at the front. Actually, that's a nice, some Tamiya do the back sometimes, don't they? And then we've got our photo etch here, polycaps, rear tyre, main tyres, clear parts, all there. And then we've got our different schemes here, and we can see that we've got the common sort of German, what's it called now, Dazzle? Can't remember now. The common German camouflage there with your RLM colours top and bottom. So that's just going to be your bog standard aircraft. And then you've got this special one here, Wolfgang Spate, that'll be, because it's got the umlinger, is it called, over the A, so it's going to be Spate rather than Spat. So, yep, there we go. So that's his aircraft there in that red colour. And then we've got the British captured one here, piloted by Eric Brown, yellow undersides and the green and mottled upper surfaces. That'll be a nice looking model, and there we can see it from the sides. And here we've got stencil data. Now, is that common? No. So we've got stencil data for each individual aircraft, so that's also a very nice touch. And I don't know why we've got those different nose cones, those different little propeller things on the front. I'm guessing that is some sort of power generator, but there's the instructions call for two different ones and I can't see a difference in them. So there we go, that's the instructions looked at. Now let's have a look through the sprues. Right, so let's have a look at the decals first, or decals. Little tip for you guys, something these manufacturers are keen on doing is they put them in these resealable bags, but they always put them this way around. And sometimes if you pull them out and there's no cover paper on there, you do run the risk of catching your decals on the sticky side, and you really don't want to be doing that because it's not good for them. So little tip, just put the bag down like that, glue side down, fold it over, and then you can reach inside and pull your decals out without any risk, he says, without any risk of them catching on the tape. Okay, a little tip for you. And when you put them back in, put them the other way around, and then when you pull them out, if that glue does touch, then it touches the back. So looking at these first, 2013, I can't believe I bought this 6 years ago. They're very, very nice. I've used Meng decals before, and I must be honest, I like them very much. They're certainly a lot better than Hobby Boss. You've got the unfortunate thing here with these crosses here, you've got all the carrier film in the middle to make sure you get no silvering on. But we've got a lot of little stencil details and stuff here, which is lovely. We get the swastikas there split in half, which is nice, and plenty of different decals and markings there for British as well as German. So that's a nice touch, and they are lovely. Let's give you a close look at them. There you go. So you can see the colours are lovely. They're all in register. They're not too glossy. They're not too matte, and I can pretty much guarantee they'll go down lovely. So yeah, really nice, really chuffed, but probably won't be using most of them, and I'll show you why now in a minute. I'll put those away after, I think. So let's start looking through the plastics. So what have we got here first? I'll cut the bags open. So what have we got here first? We've got the, this is obviously the wing sprue, and it's got a kind of texture on the plastic, and it's also quite oily. You can see there's oil here. Now when these people tell you that you don't need to wash parts, this is where I say they're wrong. Look, see the oil on there? You can see it. You see it's wet and shiny. If I rub it, it smears around. That's oil. That's what you need to be washing off your parts. So make sure you you wash your parts before you do any assembly or anything. Yeah, they are. Every wing has got quite a lot of oil on it. So, and there's also, you can see there's some sanding marks there where they've cleaned up the mould. So maybe when they first made it, they didn't have the separate slats and then decided to add that after. But yeah, it's very nice, very nice detail around the ring roots there, the riveting detail. That's going to take a wash. Lovely. It's really nice. Nice panel detail on there. I think the wings on these were wood, weren't they? I think, I'm not sure. But, that would be why there's no panel lines or rivet detail or anything. So yeah, they're very nice. Very nicely done, Meng. And then the next sprue here, no particular order again as usual, just pulling them out as they come. And you can see on here again, look at that, that is very wet. Look, you can see on there all the oil. So yeah, this is definitely going to need a wash. So what have we got here? We've got some very fine fuel feed lines there by the look of it. These are our halves of our rocket engine exhaust. There's a pipe work here, there's a pipe there that's broken, which is always going to happen. You're probably best replacing those with copper wire anyway, and you don't get the seam line to deal with. There's some parts of the engine there, but look at it, some other detailed parts, more pipe work. This is the T-Stoff tank, bulkhead ends and the ends of the tank. These are parts of the rocket engine itself, the turbine part here. All very nice. Very crisply molded, very clean. As I say, this is what I do. I always buy these kits. If I really want them, I get them as soon as they come out, and then I know that the molds it is best. You know, things like that part there. It's going to be lovely. So let's just give you a close up on these so you can have a good detailed look at them. You can see the lovely moulding, lovely detail. You know, everything's going to look lovely with a wash and a bit of dry brushing and stuff. Lovely kit, really nice. Very impressed so far. So here we are. This is sprue E. So this looks like it's mainly the cockpits. We've got the cockpit tub, sidewalls there. There's wing root fairings, instrument panel. So it looks like we get a choice of the photo etch or the plastic. I didn't notice that in the instructions. There's the rear bulkhead for the pilot. The seat's going to go on there. That's the seat base. That's very nice. And then the seat back there. We've got our Mark 108 cannon bodies there by the look of it. That's the other half of them. And the barrels are actually drilled, you can see, with slide bolts, so that's a nice touch. And also the MG151s, they're also drilled out, which is a nice touch. Very nice, Meng. If it fits together as well as it looks moulded, then it's going to be a joy to build. But we'll just give you a close-up on that instrument panel there, which is very nice. The side walls, all looking lovely. Lovely kit. Did I mention that I like this? I think I did once or twice. So this looks like this is our skid assembly, and they've done this in black for some reason. I guess so if kids build it, it looks better. And you can see again on here, oil on there. Very wet with oil. So yeah, don't need to say it again. And then we've got our different tail wheels here. If you remember, we've got the tail wheel extended or tail wheel lowered, and then we've got it faired or unfaired. So yeah, tail wheels are us, this kit. And then we've got the sides of the skid lowering assembly. Is that the actual base of the skid itself there? I'm not sure. No, that's the base there. That's probably the roof. Again, we've got some lovely positive rivet detail on there, which is really nice. That's going to weather up beautiful. Got some nice damage on the bottom of there from where it's landed, or you could build it as a brand new aircraft. But yeah, lovely wheel detail there. As I said earlier, accuracy, I don't know. There's our tail wheel there with the detail. But I don't know about accuracy, but certainly for crispness and detail it's lovely. We've got the sprue here. This is going to be our main fuselage halves, again covered in oil. We've got the underbelly parts there, or are these the parts? I think these are the parts that go in behind the cockpit, behind the canopy. And as you can see here, we've got that framework, and the clear part is actually glued on the meeting between the frame and the clear part, which causes headache for some people. I've got a feeling that I could put that on there and just a tiny dab of extra thin on either side, and it's going to stay there. You're not going to be playing with it, so it should be absolutely fine. Then we've got our leading edge slats there, which are beautifully moulded, nicely sectioned out in the back. They probably do with a bit more thinning out, but hey, they're okay. And oh, I can see now we've got these two different nose generator things. I'm assuming they were for generating power. It looks like one's got a sort of dome cover on it and one's uncovered, so they've even gone to the trouble of giving you those as separate, as optional parts. And we've got these tiny little antenna here which have to go on, and then we've got the spinner for the nose generator there. And we've got lovely detail on there, some lovely riveting on the side of the fuselage there, and that glazing. Very, very nice, very nice indeed. Very fine riveting there. That'd be so easy to cover up with too much paint. And there's a removable tail assembly there. Again, you can see the detail on there, which is lovely. This will be a beautiful little model made up. Beautiful. And then the final grey sprue is here, which is this is sprue C. So you can see we've got our beautifully moulded weaponry there, our bullets, and they're for the different weapons, whichever ones you use. And then I'm guessing that's the 108s and that's the 151s. And then we've got these little ring root fairing parts that go in there. I don't exactly know what they're for. I'm guessing if you look up inside you'll see them. Not really too sure. Maybe you can do a diorama with the wings taken off, I don't know. I'll have to look at some builds or look at the instructions again. And there's some nice, very, very beautifully done texture on there, where that's a doped cloth covered rudder there. And we've got other control surfaces there with some positive rivet detail on, which are very nice. And then this is the ammunition belts there for the guns. But yeah, really lovely. I'm really glad they've done this, because that's one thing I do like to see, is when the ammunition's in its belts, it looks nice and separate. And there's some kits out there, mentioning none, where they've really messed up. They've 32nd scale kits, and they could have easily done this, but they've tried to do it with photo etch and stuff, and it's just awful. You know, photo etched bullets in 32nd scale is just a joke. Got some nice vent detail there, or some backing detail on this. That's those panels that cover the machine guns. So let's give you a close-up on these. And there we go, all looking lovely. Lovely rivet detail on them. As I said, not quite sure why they're separate. They go inside the wing roots. And on the back there's ejector pin marks and everything, so it can't be a case of when the fuselage is apart is looking inside. I know why they're like that. It's because that's where the machine guns go, isn't it? That's the gun base. That's why they're like that. So there we go. And that's the spine sections there that go on behind the canopy. And they've got ejector pin marks on the inside, but that's nothing too much. And then we've got some panels here. I can't remember what they were for. I think, oh yeah, they're the ones that go top and bottom in the tail. So when you actually look inside the tail, it looks complete. That's lovely. There's lovely, as the Welsh would say. And then we've got these clear parts here, which I love Meng for doing this. They put this sort of adhesive, oh no, it's another bag. Or is it the adhesive? Yes, it is. It's the adhesive plastic. It kind of, it sticks to it. It's really good, and it's really thoughtful, and it makes sure that the parts remain absolutely unmarked. Can you imagine if there's a great score in the middle of that? So yeah, really nice. It's almost a shame to touch them. That's why I'm not getting them out. And yeah, that's a really nice touch, Meng. Thank you for that. So they can go back in that bag. They need all the protection they can get. There we go. Then I've got 2 photo etch frets here in bags. There's no need to get them out. So there's 2 little frets there. So we've got our seat belts here. You can see our harnesses. These are the clasps for the upper, the spine parts. There's our air brakes there, which look very nice. And then we've got the photo etch option of the instrument panel there, which is very, very nice. 2013, made in China. So that's lovely. And we've got vinyl tyres, no need to get them out. We've got a tiny little tail wheel tyre there with the tread pattern, and our main wheels there. And as you can see, I'll get you close up, you can see that the tread pattern is lovely, and they're not all shiny like vinyl tyres normally are. There is a ring around the middle which is going to have to go, which is going to be a nightmare to get rid of. And there's a couple of poly caps in there too. So there we go, that's that. So I have also got for this kit, as I showed you earlier, I've got the Eduard Big Ed set. I've got a set of decals for it, and I've also got a set of DM Models masks. So what I'm going to do, I'll put this video out as it is now with this kit, just the kit, and then what I'll do is I'll put up another video, I'll do it now, of the of all the aftermarket. So the decals, the Big Ed set, and the mask set. So look out for that one coming to you very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and give me a like if you've liked this, and if you've disliked it, as I say, hit that dislike twice. I've also got a Patreon channel going now, so I think Vasily owes me about £150 for doing this. I've done it just for him, just because he kept nagging. I just want to shut him up. So thanks for watching, guys. Happy modelling. I'll see you all soon.